YouTuber destroyed his life visiting tribe. Credits goes to Atozy. Atozy, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know much, but I heard that this guy basically he went to like India with a tribe and he ruined his life or something. I don't know. Imagine going to India to ruin your life.
This YouTuber really traveled 9 hours just to leave a Diet Coke on a forbidden island, and now he's officially been charged for illegally landing on the North Sentinel Island, where
Never mind. I'm wrong. That's another YouTuber. This YouTuber did something crazy, going to the North Sentinel Island. Yo, I don't care. This guy has the balls too. He has the balls. Because there's no way I would ever think of stepping a foot in that island, since they can just shoot me with arrows, bro. They can shoot me with arrows.
approaching within 3 miles of this island is banned by law. And I mean, it's been a minute since we last talked about this guy, whose name is Mikhailo Polyakov, but he's still dealing with the consequences of a stupid attempt for virality, I guess. And now there's finally a real update, because the YouTuber who thought it was a good idea to go visit one of the most isolated tribes on Earth and leave them a Diet Coke has now been formally charged in India. And authorities do not think this is an accident. They're saying, hey, this is clear that he planned out this over several days, knowing that he was violating laws that have been in place there for decades.
So out of every country to get arrested in, you went to the North Sentinel Island, and the only country that saw or like noticed that you did that is India. Yeah, man. Good luck with India, gang. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Good luck with them.
And currently, he's due back in court on April 29th, 2026. When was the last time I made a video on him? Because this guy's been sitting behind bars for a minute now. Oh, no shot. It's been a year? I don't know why. I thought it was a few months ago I made a video on him. It's been a year since I made a video on him? He's been waiting for trial for a year? I mean, if anything, this goes to show you, don't fly to other countries and break the law for social media content, because you have no idea the kind of risk you're facing. But from what I can tell, he's been in a detention center ever since he was arrested a little bit over a year ago. So now, on top of that, he's potentially facing years in prison in a country that he's not even from. All
Years in prison in India just for going in. He didn't even step a foot in the island. He just dropped off a Diet Coke, bro. Like, can a man just drop off Coke and leave? What's wrong with Coca-Cola? It tastes good. Diet one as well. Like, come on.
for a YouTube video. And if you're wondering how someone even builds up the confidence to try something like this, you kind of have to look at the content that he was making before all this happened. Because his whole online presence was essentially about pushing boundaries for views. And we're talking about videos where he would go to extreme or unusual locations, film.
So did this guy? No. I was gonna say if he went to the Epstein Island, but if he got arrested a year ago and was waiting on trial for 1 year, and I think tomorrow is his trial. Today's 28th of April. Yeah, tomorrow is his trial. So nah, he still hasn't went. But I'm sure if he wasn't in jail, he would have went to the Epstein Island and maybe went to the temples as well. I'm just saying.
Interactions with people who clearly didn't sign up to be part of the content, and I guess just overall chase shock value. Because one of his last adventures before he was arrested here was going to Taliban-controlled Afghanistan and filming himself trying on a whole bunch of helmets, waving swords, and firing guns. And obviously, the specific stunt that got him arrested, we just found out happened back in March of 2025. And what happened here was obviously showed up to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, specifically Port Blair, with a camera, a plan, and apparently like zero survival instincts. And this wasn't some spontaneous I'll just see what happens type of trip, because authorities said he's been trying to reach this island for months and then spent several days planning the specific attempt, which is insane because one single Google search would tell you this is a very bad idea to do.
Tucked away in the picturesque waters of the Bay of Bengal exists.
Hey, but man, honestly, I'ma give him the effort. Really, A for effort, man. He actually has the balls to do that. Me personally, if someone told me let's go to let's St. James or Sentinel Island, my ass would be scared. Like I might even like kill myself, but not go there. So he's a strong man for doing it.
A tiny island that has captured imaginations for centuries. But its beauty as a tropical paradise is not what has garnered attention. Rather, it is the often violent, uncontacted tribe that calls the island home. For most, this island is a window into the past and an opportunity to understand how ancient people lived. But for some, this island has become their final resting place.
Right. So what did he do?
No, what? Why? Just why would you want to visit an island to drop off coke as your own risk, where you can manage to see those tribes? Those tribes, you can see them anywhere, and they just shoot you with arrows without hesitation. And my question is, why would you guys use arrows, bro? Technology improved. Really. Y'all should be using something else, bro. I don't know why you're using arrows, but sure. Hope you guys don't carry guns.
Okay, well, he got a small inflatable boat, and he spends 9 hours traveling across open water. 9 hours. Like, at any point during that trip, you could have turned around. You had a lot of time to rethink your life choices, but no, he kept going until he reached the North Sentinel Islands. And just to put things in perspective, this isn't some like hidden tourist spot. No, this is one of the most restricted places on Earth. You're not allowed to go within 3 miles of this island, period. Why? Well, there's been some very bad happenings there, to put it lightly, when people wanted to go visit this island and never returned. So clearly there is a massive safety issue, because the people on this island aren't really friendly to the rest of the world, to put it lightly. But also, the international governments just don't want modern people to go visit that island, because they don't want to spread some disease to wipe out that entire tribe. They're one of the last few protected tribes. So overall, it's just a bad idea for everyone involved. We don't want diseases to spread to them, and they don't want people there, and they make that very clear with arrows. A whole lot of arrows. But
Like, they won't even hesitate. Really. There's no problem. I see you, I shoot you. Period. No problem. I'm confident to do it. Pop, pop, pop. We're done.
regardless, Polakov, he just pulls up to the island, fully aware of all this, and instead of, I don't know, staying in his boat like a normal person, he gets out. He walks onto the beach and spends about an hour there, which is, I mean, I gotta give it to him. He's at least committed to his awful idea. But what does he do during this hour? He starts blowing a whistle, trying to get the tribe's attention, which is not really how I'd want to introduce myself to a tribe who is infamous for blasting as many arrows possible to anyone who invades their island. But when no one shows...
Wait. So you went on the island. No one found you, but you went to whistle. You went to whistle to get their attention. Are you fucking stupid? What's on your head? Let me just be in your shoes. Hey, I'm gonna do this for a video. Camera. Whistles just to get their attention. They shoot you, no problem, man. I swear they don't care about you or your coke. Sure, I try my best to give them that coke for a refreshener, but they're gonna look at it. They're gonna see coke as a grenade or something. They're old as hell, bro. Their mindset is too old, gang. They live in the ancients. They'll think Coca-Cola is a grenade, bro. You're getting shot. Trust me.
Goes up because I guess they're not really wanting visitors. He decides to leave behind offerings: a can of Diet Coke and a coconut. I wish I was making that up.
An American tourist has been arrested for allegedly traveling to a restricted reserve on a remote island and leaving behind a can of Coke as an offering for the world's most isolated tribe to try.
Then he takes some sand, records a bit of footage for his channel, and then just leaves. Like it was a normal beach day, I guess. Mission accomplished. Except, not really. Because he might have made it off the island, but he didn't really get away with it. Because as he's heading back, a local fisherman actually spots him there and immediately realizes something's off. So they report him, and within days, authorities track him down in Port Blair, and he gets arrested. So his trip was over, the content was secured, I guess, except now you're in custody in a foreign country. That just doesn't sound like a win to me. And this is where things get a lot more serious, because I don't know about you, but I would really prefer not to be in a detention center in India. And to make things even worse...
Don't worry about it. No one wants to go to India, first off, to begin with. No one wants to visit that place, bro. Let alone going to a detention center, bro. Hell nah. I can't. No way, bro.
Police made it very clear that what he did was a serious threat. Not just to himself, but to the entire tribe. And this isn't about like, oh, the tribe might, shoot arrows at you. It's the opposite. Apparently, we're the danger. Even something as small as a cold, something that you wouldn't really think twice about, that could be devastating to that group of people. Because again, they've had zero exposure to modern diseases. So when this dude is showing up, walking around, leaving objects behind, authorities are looking at it like, yeah, this could have gone really bad. And that's exactly why the laws around the island are so strict. And again, this guy just completely ignored those laws. And this is why he's been formally charged with entering a prohibited tribal reserve and violating Indian law. And if he's convicted, he's facing up to 5 years in prison for what basically was a YouTube video. I mean,
5 years in prison for just going to an island for 1 hour and giving them Coca-Cola and coconut? Yeah, gang, wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up. Till this day, he is still held custody. He's still in detention center. His trial is tomorrow. His trial is tomorrow. No one decided if he's guilty or not, bro. That's how crazy this is.
There is a history of people that have tried this before, and it never ends well. And if I can find all this information, then a guy who planned the entire thing to go to the island can absolutely find this information. Because you had a very infamous case from 2018 where you had a guy by the name of John Allen Chow, an American missionary who thought it was a good idea to go to that same island and make contact. He planned it out, he prepared for it, he wrote in his journal about it, and within days of arriving, he was gone. And a fisherman who took him there later said they saw the tribe drag his body across the beach. So again, the guy...
Holy shit, bro. The guy in 2018 went and the tribe actually shot him with arrows with no hesitation and now dragging him to the beach. So like if you try to visit that island, you can see a skeleton, gang. You're gonna see a skeleton of this American journalist slash adventurist, bro. I don't know what to call him.
He's extremely lucky he even made it off the island. And obviously, even outside of that case, there's been multiple incidents over the years. Fishermen drifting a little bit too close and outsiders just trying their luck a little bit too far.
Two men aged 48 and 52 were fishing for mud crabs near the island. However, the pair got so drunk that while sleeping, the anchor of the boat, which was a rock tied to a rope, fell apart and drifted the men toward North Sentinel. The following morning, fellow fishermen said they tried to shout at the men and warn them that they were in danger. However, they did not respond. They were probably drunk, and the boat drifted into the shallows where they were attacked and killed.
And unfortunately, the result is almost always the same, which is why the Indian government doesn't play around with this anymore. There is a strict exclusion zone.
Yo, you got killed while sleeping. That is insane, bro. All of this just for sleeping, yeah? You're sleeping, you got drunk, and you just got killed, bro, while sleeping. That's how... Wow. How did you make it out, bro? You're lucky to be in jail, bro.
Naval patrols and actual laws in place that say, hey, don't go near this island whatsoever. And yet somehow in 2025, we still have influencers looking at that thinking, yeah, I could probably make a viral video on this island. Like, come on, guys. Even Survival International.
I'm gonna be honest, you can make a viral video of this island back then in like 2020 to 2023. But nowadays, we're not focusing on the North Sentinel anymore. We're focusing on Lil St. James. You know that if you go to Lil St. James, that's more viral than the North Sentinel. Like, come on. Think about it, man. Go to that island and get more views. And instead of getting shot and killed, there's a high chance you might escape or just end up in jail. It's better than being killed. Killing is not an option in Little St. James. I'm just going to tell you that.
The organization that works to protect uncontacted tribes, they came out and called the stunt idiotic and reckless. And they also said his actions not only endangered his own life, but the lives of the entire Sentinelese tribe. And that's why he's still currently stuck in India, waiting to see if he's going to get years in prison or not. So I guess we just kind of have to wait and see what happens on April 29th. But other than that, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so I would definitely recommend clicking it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, thank you for the video. Let me just pause that. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy that video. Thank you guys so much for 120 subs. Really means a lot to me. Hope you guys really did enjoy the video. Hope you guys have a blessing and a fantastic day. See you guys on the next one. Peace.